Hi, I'm Greta.
And I'm Claudia, and welcome to Knitters and Critters, where we talk about Critical Role and usually our knitting projects. But I forgot mine because we're at Greta's house today. So,
And we all know that I have been on a knitting hiatus recently, so we're just going to talk about some Critical Role today.
yeah, especially those two episodes.
Yeah,
Covering the
two
heist.
episodes. They're episodes 20 and 21, entitled Breaking and Entering and Fight at the Museum. And these episodes were so much fun, didn't you think? They're like bottle episodes almost.
I agree. I
don't know that they're really going to have much to do with like the broader scope of the game, but regardless, they were a ton of fun to watch and just see the hijinks that the Bells Hells, or the Hells Bells, the Bells Hells.
Oh, I still can't say it.
Get up to. So what were some of the highlights of the episode for you?
I absolutely was caught by Imogen's, just pressing that button. Like, seriously, you're gonna murder them all.
Yeah.
And I know that you and I had talked about this, would we do that?
Yeah, it was very that prisoner experiment. That psychological experiment that went down. That's exactly what it was, because you could tell, you could see the gears in Laura's brain working of oh, this was kind of fun. Do I press it again? No, I shouldn't press it again. And then Travis, being the little devil on her shoulder, press it again, press it again.
Yeah.
So it was funny to watch, but I'm glad that they came out and healed the verdict, because that could have seriously killed everyone.
Yeah, it was this trap that had been set up within the museum, and it could be pressed remotely, could be triggered remotely, and so Imogen, using her telekinesis, did that, and holy crap. Yeah, it's very much, there was wasn't there a movie that somebody got a box with a red button on it, and it was if you press this you'll get everything you want, but someone will die.
Yes.
And it's oh my dog, what kind of but she went for it three times. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was funny in the lead up to that, because obviously that was I think that was in episode 21. So they made it to the bottom of the museum. They found the earring. They fought these clay construct golem things.
Yes.
And they go to leave the way they came. And they find that the verdict used the immovable rod that they, for some reason, left behind against them and blocked them into this room, so they had to go out the other way.
Right.
I thought that was genius on Matt's part to say, you guys leave your shit laying around. I'm going to steal it and use it just like you do to me.
Right? I mean, that is a good lesson whenever you're doing something and there's a possibility that another group or an enemy or something maybe, don't leave your weapons around.
Yeah.
Don't leave your stuff around, because as awesome as it is, it's not going to be all that awesome when it's used against you.
Yeah, that was kind of a rookie mistake. I think Laudna had originally used it to stop the verdict from getting through a door. Okay, great, but it's a museum. There's going to be 8 ways to get anywhere. So, they didn't come through that door, great. So take it with you when you leave the room.
Yeah, definitely.
One of the things I really loved about episode 20 was, the Home Alone moment. Chetney kind of went off on his own for a while, and so the rest of the Bells Hells left a bunch of traps lying around to try to draw the verdict out and get them in trouble.
However,
and of course Chetney does the ridiculous Home Alone fall down the stairs.
Oh my gosh,
it was so funny and so well acted by Travis. He really
he's really enjoying this old man grumpy ass Chetney.
It's pure id, I think, is all Chetney is. Oh man, there were some good traps, not just the ones that the Bells House set up, but that they fell prey to. Those marionettes.
Oh, yeah, that was really creepy, and I think they were justified at the end. Ashton especially, when they were just so
you're right. He was
angry.
Because they were told that none of them would be deadly, right?
And it was pretty clear that there were several moments where they could have bitten it, because the traps were deadly, and there were things that would have, just killed one or more of them.
Yeah, and Chetney actually really almost died, I think, because he fell on a trap, and I don't think Matt ever specifically said it was a gelatinous cube that he fell into, but that's what I'm guessing that it was. And he went down to like single digits, I think. But what was really interesting is when that happened, it triggered something with his werewolf side that he almost like went rabid, because I think he was in werewolf form when it happened too.
I think so, yeah.
But he like took a swipe at Orem, and I think Imogen used calm emotions or whatever, or command to make him freeze in place. But like, oh hell, I had no idea that was part. I don't know if that's part of Chetney's whole deal, or if that's just something that Matt decided as like a homebrew thing that happened. But that's interesting. I think that's going to have some interesting ramifications for the rest of the campaign. Yeah. Well, especially because like Chetney's such a tank character, so like he's gonna go down to single digits again at some point. Well, who's he gonna attack then? Another trap that I thought was really funny was, I think it was like a poison gas where everyone, like, not everyone, but like a good 3/4 of the party fell prey to it and thought that they were like falling. And really they're just like, while they're standing still.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That was just funny. I just think that you can tell that they're having a lot of fun with these characters. They don't have anything together as far as characters go. They're all a bit of a mess.
Yeah,
the players are having fun playing them, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm trying to think of other like highlights. Some of the artifacts that they came across in the museum.
Yeah, they were
really
callbacks.
Funny. Yeah, there was what they thought might have been a dodecahedron from Campaign 2, which I think they figured out was probably not.
Right.
There's like a lot of shady stuff that probably doesn't either. There's outright forgeries or has suspect provenance, I think you could probably say.
Much like the British Museum, a lot of the stuff is probably not here where it should be.
Yeah, probably not where it belongs. Yeah. One of the items, though, which I thought was really interesting and I wanted to talk to you about, was the Journal of Vespin Chloris. And I wanted to bring it up because when Matt said it's a journal from the Calamity, sorry about that email notification that just went off, was a journal probably from the Calamity from someone called Vespin Chloris. And when he said the name, everyone in the cast reacted. And I was like looking at my husband thinking like, what did we miss? Like, this name doesn't make sense to me. I've never heard this name.
Right.
And I was kind of trolling through YouTube looking at other like recap episodes. And I was listening to the Pixelist dudes. They're really funny. If you guys haven't watched any of theirs, go check it out. But one of them mentioned that they think that Vespin Chloris might actually be Vecna's real name, because they mentioned that this journal is from the Calamity. And, what other reason does this cast of characters who notoriously is terrible at remembering their own mythology, like why would this name ring a bell?
This is
like
DJ
maybe maybe it's actually Vecna, and that maybe that's why they like made such a point about going back to steal the journal. And of course now the news came out that they're going to be doing that 4-part EXU Calamity. Oh, I'm really excited about that.
Now, I know that not everybody is as excited about it as we are, and I think there's a little bit of resistance to different cast members, but I think it's inevitable in the long run that
other people are going to have to take up the slack. It's such a commitment.
This is not a sustainable, they're not going to be doing this for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
And I think it's only fair to them, to have that freedom of not being tied to this weekly, thing. And it's not just the 4 or 5 hours that they may spend, filming.
Actually filming, yeah.
It's so many hours of prep work and, everything else that they have to do. And I think that I am okay with other people coming into Critical Role, for another DM to come into Critical Role. I mean, as amazing as Matt is, and he's absolutely
right. Brendan Lee Mulligan, though, was a great DM, and so is Abria Iyengar, and I'm really excited that she's going to be a player in this. I think that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, so I hope people do give it a chance. I'm going to be watching it, and you know, I think if we love Critical Role and wanted to continue, I think it's only to be expected that other people start interweaving into the cast and you know, and DMing and all of that. So I'm excited about it, and I'm also excited to see what lore we learn.
Yes. I'm really excited for the lore. I will admit I was a little disappointed that this third campaign wasn't going to take place during the Calamity, but I'm very excited that we're going to at least get some of this little juiciness. And we'll see where it goes. I know a lot of people were also worried about EXU when it first started, but like, how much does everyone now love Robbie and Amy Carrero and like these people that we like can't wait to see again. So like,
absolutely,
EXU Calamity is going to be amazing, people. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, and Fern and Orem came out of that. You know, Exandria, and you know, I will always be grateful because they are both so much fun in this campaign.
Fern might be I think she might be my favorite character in this campaign.
Fern and Lana, I would say, they're my favorites. And they're just both brilliantly played.
100%. Well, speaking of other like lore related things that came out of this episode, you mentioned earlier that Ashton was super pissed off with Ivan Hytroga about the level of danger that these traps presented. And their first reaction was to just go out and punch Ivan like straight in the face. And the rest of the group kind of like reined Ashton in a little bit. But they did the next best thing, which is go and raid Ivan's office. And they found these papers in the office, some of which, I think it was this episode, I think it was the end of this episode, of 21 anyway, that they were able to like decode these papers. And it mentioned obliquely that Ivan had Gianna Hexon's house under surveillance. And there's these weird crates that are being trafficked through her estate. Ooh, this is going to have some interesting implications, I think, in the long run. And we all know how much Taliesin loves a complicated backstory.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to be fun.
And I know that you had also mentioned, we were talking before filming this, that you think Gianna might be one of the...
Yeah, I think she's going to be a big boss. Maybe not the end boss. But I think she's going to feature heavily in some upcoming arc somehow. I don't think we're quite done with the drama that is the city of Drusar.
No.
Yeah, I think she's going to shape up to be kind of a creepy character. I'm kind of excited about that. I don't think there has been like a really creepy female boss yet that Matt has created. So just for like equality's sake, I guess it'll be interesting to see a bad bitch in town. Yes. Oh yeah. Gosh, this episode was just so fun. Like I said, I don't know how much it'll really have to play in like the main part of the campaign, but like everything from all the traps that they went through to the victory selfie that they took.
What is that? What is that? What even was that?
Yeah.
That is not okay. That is
Exandria
not
does not
enough.
need Instagram. Let's.
Oh my God! Can you imagine these people on Snapchat?
This would be terrible.
No. I think this fun heist full of like random, maybe important, maybe not things is exactly what this group needed.
Yeah.
There has been a lot of heavy stuff, from background revelations to the death of one of their own,
to Dorian leaving and all of Imogen's backstory.
There has been a lot of heavy stuff, and even though it could have gone badly, they needed this. I feel like it was just the chance to go cray cray in that museum, and what
these kind of reminded me of was the Happy Fun Ball episodes of Campaign 2. These are like the perfect episodes if you have friends that aren't sure if they really want to like get into Critical Role, because we all know it's a big time commitment.
Yeah.
These are the perfect episodes to point people towards, because like you don't really need to know who's who in order to follow it. Yeah, like they're self-contained and they're self-explanatory, and you can just sit down and watch and have fun.
And kind of get, you know, okay, this is this girl, this is the creepy girl, this is the crabby old man who can, you know,
yeah. So that's what I would recommend. I'm sure you guys have friends that are interested in Critical Role. Watch these 2 episodes first to let them, you know, test the waters a little bit.
You know, if they don't want to sit through 22 episodes or 21 episodes.
Because God forbid they turn up and it's a shopping episode, and then you've lost them for life.
Nobody likes those. Not even like when we have a shopping episode, I'm like, can we fast forward through this? Can we just like email
Here's
you what
my
we
list.
Want? Yeah, I know.
Tell me how much gold to subtract. We're good.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I think that might be it for us. It's kind of a short but sweet one. Thank you all for watching. As always, please like and subscribe to our channel and comment below and let us know what your favorite highlights of these 2 episodes were. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, let us know, guys.
All right. Bye.
Until next time. Bye-bye.